Hello guys and welcome. So today I'm going to be covering an issue with Samsung TVs that have Freesync Premium Pro. TVs that come with this, what happens is when you enable it, if we come into the, first I'll show you the game bar, we can see Freesync Premium Pro is on and HDR is off even though it's on in Windows. And that is because the TV locks the gamma to 2.2. causing a dim and washed out picture. I don't know if it's a fault with Samsung TVs or AMD graphics cards, but basically instead of using ST2084 gamma curve, it's using the 2.2 gamma type. And we can see that if we come into picture settings, expert settings, and scroll down to gamma. We can see there 2.2 and that's grayed out. Now HDR that I've used on Nvidia before and indeed on consoles was ST2084 and it was a hell of a lot brighter than this. This looks dim, it looks washed out. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but to my eyes it looks terrible, and that's what we're going to fix today. We're going to separate, because Freesync Premium Pro does the HDR processing for you, we're going to separate that from the FreeSync so that the HDR is being processed by the TV. So in essence it will be FreeSync Premium and not Pro, and that's the way around this problem, and after that your HDR will look perfect. So first things first, we're going to have a folder opened here. This is for convenience, you'll want these things on your desktop opened and ready. So CRU 1.5.2, download, unzip that, extract it, and then wherever you put it, you'll have these folders, files inside. You want that open on the desktop, your device manager open on the desktop, and you also want to come into view and show hidden devices. Make sure that's ticked. If it's not, click that and you want to show that. And here you come in your Windows settings and come to your display settings where you toggle HDR on and off. So first of all, make sure we're in FreeSync Premium Pro in 120 Hz with HDR off. And in your AMD settings, you want 10 bits per color RGB 444. And if you want to make sure you're in 120 Hz in Windows, just come down to Advanced Display and it will show you here 120 Hz. Let's go back to display. So to start with, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn off, from here we're going to turn off game mode. So it should be settings, general, depending on your TV it might be somewhere else, but it should be easy enough to find. External device manager, game mode, and off. We're going to turn it off for now, and then our display should detect again. I tend to move my mouse around a little, that tends to help it detect a bit quicker. There we go, and as we can see the HDR looks a hell of a lot brighter now. I don't know if my phone's picking it up, but it looks 3-4 times brighter than it did in FreeSync Premium Pro. The problem is now we have no FreeSync, it's not supported, but we are still in HDR 120 Hz. So the first thing is to uninstall our old grayed out monitor here, not the one you're using. There should be one grayed out. Keep this one here. Make sure we're still in 10 bit per color RGB, 10 bits color depth RGB 444, HDR on, and make sure we're in 120 Hz still as well here. And once you've done that, open CRU. Now here under extension blocks, highlight this block here in blue and then click edit underneath. In TV resolutions, highlight that, click edit at the bottom again, and then starting with this one here, remove all 24, 25 and 30 Hz resolutions in here because we don't need them. We never would use them anyway. So delete, 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 delete. So 24, 25 and 30 Hertz options have all been deleted to free up space on the block. And then once you've deleted them, click OK. Now click Add down here and select FreeSync range. Then click OK. Now in the first box type 48 and in the second box type 120 and click OK and then OK again at the bottom. Now we're going to export this file, which is basically mean we're going to save it. I'm going to just name it 1. I'll click save. I've already got a file called 1, but I'm going to overwrite it. So yes, we've saved that. Now click OK again and it should close out of CRU. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our TV back into game mode. So settings, general, external, device, game mode, on. Now it should, once you've done that, just close out your menu. It should come back up as it did before, FreeSync Premium Pro. Yep, FreeSync Premium Pro, HDR off, 120 Hertz. But now what we're going to do is in Device Manager, we're going to uninstall the device that was just used, this greyed out one here. Keep the one that's lit up again. So uninstall, and now we're going to open CRU again. And we're going to import this time, not export, import. And find the file we just saved. Mine was 1.bin. Click open. And then click OK. Now CRU is closed again. Now we're going to double click Restart 64. And click yes. And now it should redetect the display as it should have been all along. And it has. As you can see, that's like 4 times brighter than it ever was. And we can see on our game bar we have FreeSync. Hold on, I'll pull it up again. FreeSync Premium on, HDR on, and we're at 60 FPS. So we need to change that back to 120. So in your display settings, advanced display, it will say 120. Just change it to another 119. Keep changes and then change it back to 120. There we go. Keep changes, and I can tell by my mouse movement now that we're at 120 Hertz. So I can close this, and now we uninstall our old monitor again. Keep the one we're using. Close Device Manager. And you're all done. So now if we come into our game bar, we can see FreeSync Premium, HDR on, 120 frames per second. And if we come into our TV menu, we can see our picture setting is now using the correct gamma type for HDR, which is ST2084. So I hope this video helped you in some way. And if you have any issues or any further help you need, just get back to me in the comments. Yeah, so hopefully with anyone with a Samsung TV facing this problem, I hope this helps in some ways. Sorry for the long video and the camera work, but I've only got a phone to do this with, so bear with me. Yeah, if I did help you, then please consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, that's all. So take care, guys. Peace out. Goodbye.